Hello, everybody! Welcome back to the Marquette Golden Eagles Dynasty here on NCAA Football 14. In the last episode, we suffered a devastating defeat here on home field as we were the 22nd ranked Marquette Golden Eagles, and we ended up falling against the UAB Blazers in a game where we did lead by 18 at one point, and then we were outscored 28-14, I believe, in the second half. Or maybe it was 28-10 in the second half. Either way, it was a bad loss, and we now fall to 6-2. We're here hosting the Middle Tennessee State Blue Raiders, who come in on a 4-game winning streak at 5-2, a very good team in their own right. Two upstart programs who are looking for a win here today. And you see there Kevin Byard on the coin toss, one of the captains for this Blue Raiders team. And I think today we'll kick. I feel like we've been starting with the ball a lot lately. And here we'll put it into the hands of Austin Grammer, the Middle Tennessee State quarterback. Dylan Mackey on for the kickoff. And we're now underway here in Week 10. And we're playing some football here at the BMO Bradley Center. That's Collis on the opening kickoff. And good coverage there. We struggled last week and the week before on kickoff coverage. Austin Grammer, 20 out of 42 last week, just under 300 yards and a pair of touchdown passes. Rick Stockskill, the head man here for Middle Tennessee State, now in his 10th season as they bring an air raid attack. And we haven't really seen that much at all so far within this series. First, we'll swing it out there for the tight end, I believe, Hamilton, as a tough run up the sideline, 10 yards and a first down on their opening play. And with that, we'll get a look at the Blue Raiders' impact players on offense, starting with the quarterback, Austin Grammer, the redshirt junior, 6'2", 205, very accurate at 87. The throw power not as good down there at 82. Not that good of an athlete, so he's going to stay in the pocket, really command this air raid attack, and he'll hit his spots. So far on the year, 11 touchdown passes to just 1 interception. Tremendous ratio, although he's only completing 52.7% of his passes. His second season here as the starting quarterback for Middle Tennessee State. In the backfield, the Blue Raiders are without their top 2 running backs, so they'll rely on junior Shane Tucker, who brings 6.1 yards per carry, 5.9 last year, so very efficient, albeit in a very limited sample size, and not much contributions to the passing game, although he does have 2 catches and a touchdown catch so far this season. Looking at his attributes, not an overly powerful athlete, especially that 77 agility, not that great, but good break tackle, good carrying, and decent vision at 81. Otherwise, not too electric with the ball in his hands, so hopefully we benefit with them being without Jordan Parker and Jeremiah Bryce in their top 2 running backs. And out receiver, the lead receiver heading this air raid attack is Christian Collis, a senior, 84 overall, but the 92 speed, 92 acceleration you'll like. We have been getting beat vertically at times this year, so hopefully we can probably get some safety help in this game. See a lot of dime packages, nickel packages, get our DBs out there. 85 route running, pretty good. Both catching attributes above average there. The spec catch, though, at 77. And really not much of note otherwise. Headlining the offensive line is left tackle Darius Johnson, an 87 overall redshirt senior. The 91 acceleration, obviously very good for a lineman. A very good run blocker at 92, so maybe not in the most ideal scheme, but still a good pass blocker there at 84 with an 87 impact block. 83 strength is good, although you would probably expect him to be a little bit stronger as a senior. 12 pancakes this year and no sacks given up. Let's see if Barry Barber can break that streak. And now back to the action as the Blue Raiders are going to bring a no-huddle offense. Grammer. And he's almost picked off there by Robert Williamson. Williamson has been very active playing the ball. He had a few weeks back, he had back-to-back games with interceptions, although I think he has like 3 or 4 pass deflections the last couple weeks. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Tucker, the lone back, as will most likely be the case all game. They go with the short concept there, and Tucker out of the backfield up the sideline. Held up there by Juice Campbell. Does get 8 yards, but a quick 3rd and 2 now. 3rd and 2, and they will give it to Tucker as Kenny Johnson's there to make the stop. A nice 9-yard scamper there for Tucker, getting the first down as Middle Tennessee State advances towards midfield. And they'll give right back to Tucker. As he broke a tackle, it looked like. Chance Pound can't bring him down. Then finally Barry Barber there to clean it up. So 2 carries for Tucker already at 24 yards. The Blue Raiders now in Marquette territory, and they'll hurry back. Grammer back to pass. And he'll swing that out for the tight end Hamilton again. And he's held up there by Campbell at the first down marker. Going to be 2nd and inches. And then it's going to be a false start. And that'll set him back. So the false start makes it 2nd and 5. And finally our defense gets a little rest. And now Grammer will drop back to pass. He'll dump it off again. Short for Thomas. I think the backup running back, and Kamani Thomas, 6 yards of first down. Johnson in motion. Grammer takes another snap. He'll dump it off for the running back again. That's Thomas. And Middle Tennessee State doing a great job at just eating up chunks of yardage. Grammer already 5 out of 6. And Tucker has a couple good runs as well to start the day. Now inside the red zone, they'll hurry back. And a delay give there for Thomas. And a good play there off the edge. I think that was Kenny Johnson. And he's really been emerging here in the past few weeks. Now Grammer from the shotgun. Tucker checks back into the game. He'll get the give. And a great play there off block by Gavin Battaglia. Wrapping him up to tackle for loss, and that forces a 4th down. And we'll take another look at this. Just manhandling his block there. And that's something I didn't point out earlier. Middle Tennessee State, pretty good on the tackles, but on the interior, they really do not have much talent. I think they're between their guards and their center, all under like 75, 73 overall or so. So now a field goal here after the nice drive put together, and that gets in there. Blue Raiders up 3-0, and our first studio update of the game. Ohio in some action defeats Eastern Michigan. Must be a slow news day if this is what we're getting. Of course, we did have that 10-3 win over the Bobcats earlier, and now they're just 1 win away from bowl eligibility. So now we see Greg Walker, the freshman quarterback, out here to lead the offense. We'll start with a read option. Good block there by Heidemann at left tackle. Walker still going up the middle, and 14 yards on the QB keep to open the game. And we'll now look at the Middle Tennessee State impact players on defense. Kevin Byard, their senior leader at 93 overall, far and away the best player on the roster. Very smart with that 94 awareness. Not an overpowering athlete, but good acceleration there at 90 to 77 agility. A big weakness. Great coverage traits at 89 for man and zone. Good play rack there at 89. Tackle 87 and hit power 85. 96 pursuit, so very good against the run, and he has a lot of range. Very good in coverage. So Greg Walker coming off a multi-interception performance last week for the first time in his career. We're going to play a little more safe this week and stick to the short game. 3 tackles for loss, a couple interceptions, and 10 pass deflections already this season for Kevin Byard. The linebacking core is led by T.T. Barber, another senior, 81 overall, a good athlete at left outside linebacker, 84 block shed, 88 pursuit, plays the run very well, 93 hit power, so certainly someone who can force fumbles, already 2 on the year with 6 pass deflections, 8 tackles for loss, so a very balanced all-around game there from T.T. Barber. Up front, there's Alexandro Antoine, another senior on this defense, 11 tackles for loss, 4.5 sacks, only a 74 overall, but he has been productive, and the 81 block shed, 77 pursuit, his best traits. On the interior, there's Darius Bennett, 6'1", 313, redshirt junior, 87 strength, 86 power move, although not that good of a run stopper with just a 72 block shed and a 60 pursuit, so he's someone we're going to try and target against the run and take advantage of that of those poor run defending traits. Although the 84 hit power, he can definitely lay the wood. Now back to the action as we come out in the 22 personnel. Theo Briggs at running back, and he will get the carry here for the first time. A strong 7-yard gain there, and we definitely want to get Briggs more involved this week. I feel like when we kind of center the offense around him a little more, we tend to win football games. Now 2nd and 3 here from about the 46. Go with the speed sweep. Norwood cannot win the edge there, and that's a loss of 4. Trying a new play that time in T.T. Barber, who we just talked about. I maybe should have tried to cut back there up the middle and use the spin move. Now 3rd and 7, that one sets us back. I would like Darby here on the corner route, but I don't know if that's going to be open. Might just have to check it down there for Cooper and hope he gets the first down. And we are going to check it down there for Cooper, and that's exactly what we needed. Those 7, 8-yard dump offs for Cooper usually work in those situations. Now a fresh set here for Marquette. They stay alive and take over from midfield. Theo Briggs back out there with Jeff Harris in the backfield. And they will give it to Briggs. And he's taken down behind the line of scrimmage. A good tackle there. And that's Philip Williamson. Now 2nd and 11. Walker from the shotgun takes the snap. And he's picked off over the middle by Akins. He had to get rid of that one quick with the pressure coming in. And Pinson couldn't quite get to the top of his route. And that's right at Akins. We just talked about not going deep, kind of settling for some short completions in this one. And it comes back to bite us right away. Although it wasn't Kevin Byard. That's the man we thought we had to worry about. So just like that, the Golden Eagles turn the ball over. And each team in this one entering with pretty good turnover differentials. Now Austin Grammer out to lead another drive. He'll go over the middle. He has his man Clark as he beats Kenny Johnson. Although Johnson does make the tackle, 15 yards. Middle Tennessee State already across midfield. And we'll keep up the tempo. And that's really going to hurt us as it has against a lot of teams who like to run the no huddle. Now Tucker works off a couple tackles. Strong running there. Finally brought down. 6-yard gain for Tucker. Now 2nd and 4. Grammer back to pass. Goes over the middle for his man Collis and Philip Marshall there to interrupt that one. Brings up another 3rd down for Middle Tennessee State. Grammer back to pass here on this 3rd and 8. And they get Tucker there. Short one, and Rob Bain is right there to make the play. And Bain has been fairly quiet in the past few weeks, but starts off and forces the 4th down here. And look at Battaglia got rocked on that cut block. So we'll see how Greg Walker now responds. Threw a couple interceptions last week and already an early one to start this game. We're going to come out with stick, but we'll just audible here to an inside run. Try to work it to the left with Dixon on the line that way. And Dowling, he just gets 3 that time. And also, I've been meaning to mention this like the past few episodes, but I do have like a little Google Docs spreadsheet for this Dynasty where I just keep track of each season, each game, the score with our recruiting classes and statistical leaders at the end of each season. So I'll try to put that in each description. So if you want to follow along, feel free to favorite that. Or if you lose track of it at one point, feel free to put in the comments, and I'd be happy to paste it there below as Tyson Bolt is absolutely destroyed on his first touch of the game. Now 3rd and 5 from our own 25. Walker will pass here. Rolls to the right. We're going to go downfield for Cooper. And Grant Cooper, good positioning to get in front of Kevin Byard back there and make the big catch. Byard was closing on it pretty well, but Cooper using his big body, outmanning the safety. And for those who watched last episode, I guess it was last week, relatively speaking, there was an upset that happened. Minnesota defeated number 3 Michigan as Theo Briggs gets 6, and he's been such a strong runner for us. I think we really need to rely on him a little bit more. Now 2nd and 4, we will go back to Dowling on this one. He's been very good in his own right, although he was contained last week, really struggled to break off a big run. This time we'll cut it back, gets 3, and it sets us up now 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1 now, 3 backs out there, and they'll give it to Dowling. And Dowling avoids the crashing line and finds a hole, 2 yards, 1st down. Now Marquette from the 41, this may be the last play of the quarter. They'll go play action, and Walker's pass way off the mark as that go to bounds. We will get another snap here, 2 seconds remaining in the first. And we'll go empty here. 5 receivers on the field for the Golden Eagles. Walker takes the snap. And he has that Archibald there on the slant. Good 15 yards, and that'll start us off with a 1st down to start the second half. 3-0 after 1. We had the interception, but luckily our defense was able to respond. And a good job there on the opening drive to limit the Blue Raiders to just a field goal. And we're now driving here, trying to get the lead. 3-0 here from Milwaukee. Now Theo Briggs will start us off here in the second quarter, just taking it up the middle. And he's able to get 5. We're getting good push up front. And that's really opening up these lanes for Briggs. Walker now directly under center. Briggs still the back. Pinson in motion. Walker will pass. Have to throw that one away. I got caught rolling out. I stopped, and the pressure broke in. I just had to get rid of that one quick. So 3rd and 5 here from the 22. Let's see how we attack this one. 3 out of 3 on 3rd down thus far. And we come out with Norwood and Dowling in the backfield. Cooper offset under Sean Murphy there at left guard. We will give it to Dowling up the middle, and he stopped short, just 2 yards. And we're going to go for the field goal here and tie things up. A little conservative on that call, though. I thought we might get numbers up front, but we were stopped in the backfield. Now 4th and 3. Mackey has it right down the middle here. And he does line it up perfectly, and we're now tied here from the BMO Bradley Center, where we'll get another studio update. Texas Tech currently up 6-0 on number 5 TCU. The Horned Frogs currently undefeated, leading the way there in the Big 12. Now 7:02 remaining here in the second quarter. Mackey on the kickoff, and that'll be fielded by the tip of his own end zone by Baddies. And that's what my weekend was filled of this past Memorial Day weekend, as Baddies is going to take it past the 30, past the 20, past the 10 for a touchdown. Ed Marquise Baddies takes it to the house. And that might be the first kick return touchdown we've given up in this series. I mentioned it earlier how our kickoff coverage has not been good. And Baddies taking advantage. The huge play there from the Blue Raiders. And they're now up. I guess that's what I deserve, trying to make a joke there. And let's see if we can go tick for tack here. We're just going to dig it out here with Pellin and go for it. Oh, goodness. I don't know about that. We got a good backside block. And Pellin able to work it past the 30. And he's been a really nice surprise back there after being inserted as a kick returner last week. Now 6:47 remaining. Scott Dixon in motion. Gave here to Tyson Bolt to the outside. He does get the edge this time, but barely, as he just ekes out 4. Now 2nd and 6. Walker drops back. And a quick dump off there for Thad Archibald, wide open. 11 yards, first down, Marquette. Now from the 44, Walker will pass. And another pass there for Grant Cooper. And that's 8 yards, putting them past midfield. Now 2 tight ends. Theo Briggs back out there. Good combo block there by our center left guard. Opened it up for Briggs, although looks like we might have a hold. It's actually going to be a face mask. I missed that one, but I'll take it. That's Anferny Stewart, and that'll set us down to the 26 now. 1st and 10 now. Walker will pass. And he just misses Grant Cooper there. I should have just let the CPU keep manning Cooper. A little off the mark there. We had a lot of grass in front as well. I don't know if Cooper could have maybe finished for a touchdown there, but at least we would have taken the catch. So the incompletion, 2nd and 10. Scott Dixon in motion. They'll get it here for Dexter Dowling. Dowling in some nice room to the left side, gets 5. Now 3rd and 5 from the 20. Now less than 5 minutes left to play here in this first half of ball. Walker back to pass. Goes for Thad Archibald. A good route there by Archibald. A good grab. 15 yards down to the 6. Archibald already to 40 yards on 3 grabs. Now 1st and goal for the Golden Eagles. They'll start this series of downs with Dexter Dowling, who gets into the end zone, but there's a flag. He made a guy miss there in the open field, and it's going to be coming back, a clipping call. And we do not like that. That's the freshman Justin Hill. He has had some hiccups in pass protection, but otherwise, I think that might be his first penalty committed on the year. So that call wipes out a touchdown, and it's now 1st and goal from the 18. We'll motion Dixon over to help out here, as we have this read option going to the left side. Walker keeps. Good blocking there. Dixon picks up his block. Pinson down there blocking in the end zone. An 18-yard read option touchdown for Greg Walker. And that worked out to perfection. Sorry, Dexter. We're giving this one to Greg instead. It's about to be tied here from the BMO Bradley Center. A good response from our offense after allowing that kickoff return on kickoff coverage. Dylan Mackey puts in the extra point, and we're now squared here at 10. Mackey now on the kickoff. 4:17 remaining in the half. And Collis back there. And he'll knee that down. We get the rare touchback. We probably should just stop kicking it to opposing teams altogether. But at least that time they weren't able to get anything going. Now a give here for Tucker. Davin Rice misses the gap. And Tucker, another good scamper here. Now they hurry back. And a quick screen there as Williamson was right there. Baddies does make the catch, but it does lose a yard. Now 2nd and 11. And we don't really get many interceptions in this series. Our best hope sometimes on those screens where the CPU just makes errant throws. Juice Campbell misses a tackle in space, but Tyler Black there to clean it up. 3rd and 4 now. Middle Tennessee State facing a heavy dose of third downs thus far. Granger back to pass. And he's going to be taken down. That's Daniel Armstrong. He gets the start this week at D end, and he makes the most of it. Let's see what he went with on this one. Just a power move. I mean, he was kind of held up there, honestly, but able to shed the block at the last second. Looks like Rob Bain wasn't too far behind him. And now we forced the punt. Let's try and get the lead. Jordan Pinson will get his first punt return of the day. He'll work this one to the right. Love that stiff arm as he carries a man a few down to the 35, a 14-yard return. Greg Walker finished last drive with an 18-yard touchdown run. Let's see if they use his legs again here. They'll go with Tyson Bolt. Opening give of the drive. That gets 3. Now 2nd and 7. Try a new option play this time. And the pitch for Norwood. And how does Norwood not pick that up? Oh my goodness. It's going to be scoop and score here for Middle Tennessee State. And Norwood is just useless at this point. He's really fallen off as one of our running backs we're implementing. And there we try for a shovel option. Like I said, a new wrinkle. We're trying to try new things out. And we know the risk of pitching those. But, I mean, Norwood was there at least to get the pitch. Doesn't even see it coming. And then in perfect position to at least recover the fumble. And he doesn't even get that done. So now Middle Tennessee State takes the lead. And we'll get a studio update. Again, we go back to Lubbock, Texas, where the Red Raiders are up 13-7 on TCU. Trevon Boykin, the quarterback there for the Horned Frogs. He was a lot of fun to watch back in the day. And now Chance Pellin on for the kickoff. And my goodness, what a poor result that was. So we have 2 turnovers. We gave up a kick return touchdown. So not our best half of football. Should we just go right back to the option? But we're still hanging in here. 2:26 left in the half. Now we're going to come out with 3 tight ends to a fullback. We're just saying F it in this one. Theo Briggs will get the carry. Good blocking there by Jeff Harris. Couldn't break it outside. Just limited to 3 that time. My goodness, I still can't get over that. Storm Norwood, like I said, I don't know how. Unless I saw it wrong. It all developed and I just misread it. But I thought he easily could have had that. We'll go right back to the read option. And that time, it doesn't work for Walker. 3rd and 10. Middle Tennessee State going to call a timeout. Now, a crucial 3rd down here. You don't want to give it back to the Blue Raiders with some time to make something happen. 3rd and 10, Walker from the shotgun. I'll dump that off for Grant Cooper. Let's see if Cooper can get the first down, and he doesn't. Stop short. We might have had Pinson up the seam there, but a little reluctant in that spot. 4th and 3 from the 30. And Eddie Stevens will be called upon for his first punt of the day. Try and get this towards the right sideline, limit the return. And this kicks off from Stevens. And good job there. I think it went out maybe at the 27, 28. But we limit no return there. 1:48 remaining. 1 timeout for the Blue Raiders. What a swing that was. We were sitting pretty. It was 10-10. Going to have a nice drive. Try and get some points before the end of the half. Give up the defensive touchdown. And Baddies makes a grab over the middle there for 6. Give up the defensive touchdown. And now we give up the ball right back to Middle Tennessee State. And they could double their lead here with another tutty. Swings that out for Tucker. And Williamson just able to force him out of bounds. 3rd and 3 now. See if Marquette can get a quick stop. Now Grammer in the shotgun. Tucker behind him. And they will give to Tucker and Davin Rice there in the lane to make a huge hit. And force the 4th down. We will call a timeout. And it looks like we're going to be getting the ball back. Now Pinson set for another return here from the 23. There might be a clipping call there on Kenny Johnson. As Pinson will break it outside. And it does look like this one's coming back. So that'll set us back now to the 26. We have a minute 21. 1 timeout remaining. Try and get some points on the board. Start with the pass here from Walker. And he'll go downhill there for Pinson. Pinson up in the air for it. And that's jarred free in contact. Pinson's been coming down with those lately. But that time he could not, unfortunately. Now 2nd and 10. Looks like they'll try and set up a screen here for Dowling. He does get the catch as Jackson Lyles out there making a good block. And Dowling some space up the sideline as he takes that out at the 46. A nice 20 yards on the screen. Walker did take a big hit, but it was worth it that time. Now 1st and 10 for the Golden Eagles. And they will give here for Tyson Bolt. And that goes for negative yardage, and the clock will continue to run now. Now just 50 seconds, and the Golden Eagles have to show some urgency here. Walker takes the snap. And on the tight end cross, they had both of them open as Cooper runs into Dixon there. Ran into his own man, but will still take the 17 yards. And we'll just go right back to that play. I think Middle Tennessee State brought pressure, and that opened up those two guys over the middle. This time they were a little more prepared for it. And we're just going to roll to the left here with Walker. As we do get the first down, we go out at the 26. 11 first downs already in this first half for the Golden Eagles. Walker takes the snap. And he has Scott Dixon there for the first down. And Dixon will work that towards the 10, 15 yards. And we got to go hurry up. They gave us a 3 tight end set here. I've been asking Coach a lot of the way here, just trying to mix it up. And now we have a 3 tight end set. Walker another snap, and we'll just dump that down for Jeff Harris, although I don't know if that was the wisest move, as the clock will continue to tick. We're just going to call a timeout. I don't know if that's the best move, but I want to give our guys some rest, and at least now we have a few shots at the end zone. Really just can't take a sack. If we're going to take a sack, it has to be on this play. Hopefully we have Cooper there in the end zone. Maybe Briggs leaks out. Walker takes the snap, and we'll go down for Briggs. And Briggs can't quite get there. 5 yards down to the 2, 3rd and 2, and we got to hurry back. I'm holding Y. They're not doing anything. Oh, my goodness. I don't even know if we're going to get a snap off. So 3rd and 2. Quick pass there for Cooper, and we get it. That was super risky. I was just bashing A that time, and Cooper, I think, his 5th touchdown grab of the year? As we equalize this game with just 3 seconds left. And like I said, that easily could have just went for an interception. That would have been a huge lapse on my part, but we get the touchdown. I mean, we get the job done, and we'll certainly take that as we're now knotted up. And what a ride it's been to get to this point. What a crazy first half already. Another studio update here as the Red Raiders still ahead over the Horned Frogs, but TCU getting back in this one, trying to stay undefeated. Now with 3 ticks left in the half, we'll just squib it here, and hopefully this gets us into halftime with a tie game. And that will do it here. 17-17 after one half of play. And like I said, what a ride it's been to get here, but we'll take it. I think we'll take a tie game when you consider the 2 turnovers. You know, we let up a kick return touchdown, but we have to come back stronger in the second half and just play a more stabilized, just a more disciplined game. I think we'll just go with the more basic looks just to try and squeeze out this time with a victory. But we do get the ball here, which is good, obviously. I mean, you always want to start the second half with the ball, and we'll just let that one go for a touchback. 17-17, and let's see how Walker and the offense can respond after a nice touchdown drive last time out. And also, just a heads up, we will get a recruiting update at the end of this episode, so stay tuned for that. We've got a bunch of commits the last few weeks, and I'm really excited to uncover their scouting and see what the overall rating is going to be at. So we'll start this half with a give for Briggs, and nice maneuvering that time as he gets 9 up the middle. We're going to see a heavy dose of Theo Briggs in this second half, and a little bit of Dexter Dowling as well. We'll give it right back to Briggs. Good blocking up front, and Briggs another 7, and I think we'll just do this every time. We're going to stay in the same exact look and just give him one more up the middle before we switch it up. Can't just abuse the same play every time. And Theo Briggs another 7, and that play is just working masterfully. I lied. We're going to do it one more time just to get the first down, and then we'll come with a fresh look once we get across midfield. Is this going to go for 7 again? As it does, the 7-yard special. Briggs now up to 56 yards, and I think he's already hit his yardage mark from the first half. And I didn't even mean to go back to it, but we did, and we'll just ride with it. Dexter Dowling now checks into the game, so at least we'll get a somewhat of a new look. And Dowling, he doesn't get the 7, he gets 3, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 7 now. And now Walker takes the snap. And he's sacked back in the pocket, 9 yards. And that's Darius Bennett. We talked about him earlier as not being a good run defender, but definitely known for more so for his pass rushing ability. And a huge dagger there. Now it sets Marquette up 3rd and 16. Obviously not the result we were looking for there. And I kind of got tunnel vision downfield. Now 3rd and 16. Let's see if we can convert here. Walker takes the snap, rolls to the right. Nothing open downfield. And we'll just have to hang on to that one. And a good stay-at-home play there from, I think, the cornerback. As he was all over that, trying to rush. And he stopped that in its tracks. So 4th and 15, we'll have to punt here to open the second half. Eddie Stevens on for, I think, his second punt. Had a nice one earlier. Let's see if we can get a coffin this time. We haven't had a coffin corner here in a few weeks, although we have had a good amount of them on the season. And that one was pretty rough. Maybe our worst punt in a while. And I don't know if that got inside the 20. So the Blue Raiders will take over now from the 22. And we'll just say that went off the side of the foot there from Eddie Stevens. Now Austin Grammer on the field for the first time. And he'll pass over the middle for Hamilton. And the tight end drops that one. Now 2nd and 10 from the 22. Grammer delayed give there for Tucker. And Jerry Jones all over that one. A huge play there against the run. As he crashed in there, got the play immediately. And now a 3rd and long for the Blue Raiders. And they'll fake it here for Tucker. Grammer has his man over the middle. That's Baddies, and Baddies beats Williamson over the middle. And he just ekes out that first down. 14 yards. A fresh set here for the Blue Raiders. Now 1st and 10. They'll set up a screen this time for Collis. And Clark can't make the tackle. And Collis takes that up to the 50, 17 yards. Blue Raiders moving the ball well on this drive. Now at the 50, they'll pass here. And they'll dump that off for the tight end again. Barry Barber out there, dropping back into coverage. And he'll make the play. Now 2nd and 4. 4.5 minutes left in this half. And they try and set up a screen there. And Rob Bain absolutely destroys Austin Grammer. Bain the Destroyer. A huge QB hit. Now 3rd and short. See if the Blue Raiders can convert here. And he's hit as he throws. I think that was Kenny Johnson on the corner blitz. And that forces a 4th down. And our defense does a good job to match our offensive woes to start this half. They're going to punt here from the 44. More than likely going to go for a touchback. And they go with a fake, actually. Was not expecting that. And they have their man over the middle. That's Williams. And Middle Tennessee State goes into their bag of tricks. And to be honest, I actually had my eyes down at my phone. And Neil Russell, the punter, a huge completion there. And Middle Tennessee State still going. Definitely caught us off guard, and I certainly respect the play call there of Rick Stockskill. They go for a screen there to Shannon Smith. Aaron Clark all over that one. This has been a wild, fun game thus far. And even though that worked to our disfavor, I certainly like seeing that. To go for another screen, and it almost gets in there for Smith, but he couldn't hang on. 3rd and 10 now for the Blue Raiders. Grammer to pass. And he's going to be sacked from Tyler Black on the sack, and that's going to force him out of field goal range. Tyler Black had a sack last week where he forced a fumble, and that's in his 4-2-5 look. Jerry Jones there on the edge can't win on the spin move. And Tyler Black, he actually entered this week as an impact player for the first time, and certainly living up to that label. So now 4th and 17, you think we have to be ready for another fake punt? Luckily that sack drives him back, and it doesn't even really make a difference here as we get a touchback. Just a little more time, bring it off the clock. Now we'll take over from the 20 after the touchback. And we try and swing that out for Jordan Pinson on the screen. It looked like he had some good blocking developing. But that one just skips away, a wasted play. Execution certainly has not been our strongest point of the team, the past few weeks. We've kind of struggled. We were clicking early on, but kind of falling off after we got that rank status a few weeks back. Now Dowling an outside give. Slips through a nice block there. Now up the sideline. Dexter Dowling going as he's brought down after 26 up to the 46. Our best rush of the day. Good blocking there from Cooper and Dixon. And even Jordan Pinson, you see them getting over there across the field trying to pick up a block. Pinson has really come around, and he's kind of established himself as a nice all-around player. 1st and 10 now. Walker back to pass. They'll dump that off for Thad Archibald. A strong finish there from Archibald, only though it gets 6. His 4th catch of the day. Now 2nd and 4, Marquette across midfield. And they'll go with an end around here to Pinson, and Grant Cooper could not pick up his block, and Pinson's taken down for a loss. Another good play there from T.T. Barber. Now 3rd and 6, Marquette just about at midfield. They'll go with a run here for Tyson Bolt. He had a nice lane up the middle, but he stopped short, 4th and 2, and we might see Marquette go for their first 4th down conversion of the day. And they will bring out the offense. And of course, there's Theo Briggs, led by Jeff Harris there in the backfield in his 22 set. And they'll give to Briggs, and he just gets ahead. I got a little nervous. He ran into his own block, but able to recover, and a strong finish there to kind of power over a man. And again, as we do, we'll go right back to it and see if we can get a good result again. We're not going to abuse this play too much, but this is one of my favorite runs. It usually works out quite well. Jeff Harris gets out there on the lead block, and Briggs gets out into space, 12 yards that time. He's approaching 100 yards now at 71. And now Marquette from the 34, a minute remaining in the 3rd. Walker had a lot of pressure off the play action, try to get Scott Dixon, but that pass just skipped into the dirt. Now 2nd and 10, Dexter Dowling checks into the game, and they will give him the rock. Jabari Branch getting out, a nice block. Dowling tried for a spin move there in space, but a good play there. Another 16 for Dowling. Briggs at 71, now Dowling at 60. Some good contributions from our running backs. Now Marquette in the red zone. Let's see if they can strike. 3 out of 3 so far with 2 touchdowns. They'll go back to the play action. Dowling had a nice block there, and Walker just able to get rid of it as he was hit as he threw. The play action not really working for us this week, as our blocking just has really not held up. Although the running game certainly has benefited from our blocking, not so much the passing game. Now Tyson Bolt, an outside carry, and nothing doing that time. Now 3rd and 9. Now 3rd and 9 from the 15. Marquette doesn't have to call a play here if they don't want to. But let's see if they go for it. Looks like they will. Pinson in motion. Walker will drop back. Oh no, that was a bad throw, but luckily the defender there just shaded off of Archibald, and it works to our benefit. A 10-yard gain for Archibald will now be inside the 5 to start the 4th quarter. All knotted up here, 17-17 from the BMO Bradley Center, and it's certainly going to be a wild finish in this one. Now 1st and goal from the 4-yard line, a well-manufactured drive here from the Golden Eagles, perhaps their best of the day. And we had our left tackle there, Heidemann, missed a block as Dexter Dowling was brought down for a loss. Now 2nd and goal from the 5. Dowling still out there in the backfield. And they'll give it right back to him, give him another shot. A lot of green grass as Dexter Dowling will get there for the touchdown as Marquette takes the lead here early on in the 4th quarter. And we'll get another studio update here. And it's not the Texas Tech TCU game. That's all we've been getting today. Number 24, Virginia Tech, currently tied with Boston College. 17-17 there in the 4th quarter. And an ACC matchup there. The Hokies trying to stay ranked. Now 7:35 remaining. Middle Tennessee State takes over from the 25 following another touchback. Kramer, quick screen there, and that goes wide. I think that was Batty's jumping up for it. Kenny Johnson didn't even recognize the pass coming in. A wasted play there from the Blue Raiders. Now 2nd and 10. Kramer back to pass. Go for a screen here for Tucker. He breaks a tackle and then finally brought down 6 yards. Tough 6 yards. Edged out there from Tucker. Now 3rd and 4. Middle Tennessee State gets set back up. Kramer to pass. And he has a man there. That's Clark. And Clark is hit hard there by Clark. And that jarred the ball free. Incompletion there. 4th and 4. Tremendous 3-and-out forced here from the Marquette defense. And now we're going to be getting the ball back, you would think, unless they go for another fake. And we're going to try and run the clock out here, see how much we can burn down. Kick is off. Pinson will field this from the 25. Take this one to the left. Tripped up, keeps his balance, now breaks the tackle, and then brought down after a nice run there. 15 yards on the return. Marquette had 60 plays on the day for an even 333 of total yardage. Middle Tennessee State only 147 yards of total offense. And I kind of expected more. You know, that kick return touchdown, a special teams touchdown. So our defense actually has only given up 7 points in this game. Oh, no, I'm sorry, 3 points. A kick return touchdown and a defensive touchdown. Pretty good performance from us as Randall Darby, his first grab of the day, and he'll work that across midfield. Darby, the only senior receiver that we're set to lose. We should have Thad Archibald, Jordan Pinson back next season. Now we'll give back to Tyson Bolt, a nice lane, although a little hesitant to bust it through. And Bolt only 2.3 yards per carry on the day. Now 6 minutes remaining in the game. And I do have Bolt in a good amount of formation subs, but I think I'm going to replace him with Dowling after this one. Walker back to pass. I go for Randall Darby, and he just squeezes that in. Another risky throw, but we wanted to get Darby involved. 15 yards that time, moving the chains now down to the 27 already. And I said we were going to rely on the running game here, but two nice completions there from Darby has ate up some good chunks. Now 5:25 remaining, we'll give it to Dexter Dowling again. Decent carry there, maybe could have cut it upfield, but we'll take 5 yards. Now 2nd and 5. And Marquette will give it to Theo Briggs, finds a nice lane, and Briggs another good run, 8 yards that time. And he's just eating away at this defense, now up to 79. And we're going to try and feed him a lot more as this game winds down. Now from the 15, a fresh set for Marquette. And Briggs another carry this time as he works that forward for 11. Marquette knocking on the door. The Golden Eagles doing a good job of draining the clock. Now less than 4 remaining. First downs 23-9. Advantage Golden Eagles. And we'll get right back to Theo Briggs as he works it in for the touchdown. And we had to get him one. He's been super good in this game. Probably the player of the game. And we finally get him into the end zone. Only 3:48 remaining now. Marquette up 14. Baddies will take this from the tip of his own end zone. Had a little seam there, closed quickly as Dalton Corbett, a strong tackle there. So our defense has played a very strong game in this one. And let's see if they can keep that going. 2 touchdown game, just 3:44 remaining. And they'll take a deep shot there for Collis. And he beats Juice Campbell. And a quick strike there as the Blue Raiders already across midfield. And that's exactly what they needed as they try and work the comeback. Raymer will hurry him back. Now 1st and 10. And they'll go for the screen this time. They do get baddies. Although Kenny Johnson works off a block, makes a good play. 2nd and 8. And they'll fake it there to Tucker. Gamer will keep for the first time. And he works ahead. A nice run there. 11. He gets the first down. The clock stops for now. Now from the 32. Gamer back to pass again. Has a man up the sideline there at Smith. And he finds his man Shannon Smith. 21 yards. And a quick drive here put together by Middle Tennessee State. Already down to the 11. And I think they've only burned maybe 30 seconds with this hurry-up approach. That time Graham will just throw away. 3:08 remaining, is 2nd and 10 from the 11. Marquette now up to 391 total yards. Middle Tennessee State just barely over 200. Graham takes another snap. And Hamilton wins the fight for the ball in the air that time. Just barely ripped down before the goal line. Now 13 inches here from the 1 yard line. See what they do here. Probably just try and power it in, you would think. And they will give it a little fake to Tucker. And oh no, we had a little glitch there as Grammer just sat there. And he's taken down for a 4-yard loss. So that'll bring it to 4th and 4. You hate to see that at a pivotal spot in the game. So it really all comes down to this for the Blue Raiders. You need a touchdown here. If you miss out, Marquette's just going to drain the clock. Grammer will pass. And he's going to be brought down by Gavin Battaglia. And that's going to do it here, more than likely, from the BMO Bradley Center. Battaglia with the dagger. And he's the all-time leading sack guy for Marquette for a reason. Now 2:26 remaining, not much time left. That Marquette's going to be forced to burn. Dowling will get the opening give this time. And he'll take that up the middle for 4. Now 2nd and 6. And they'll give to Tyson Bolt. As I said, we really got to get Bolt out on a lot of these formation subs. 3rd and 5 now. The Blue Raiders just with 1 timeout remaining. A first down here. Marquette essentially wins the ball game. And Walker's going to pass. And he has Thad Archibald wide open there. Makes the catch at the 40, and he'll bring it up to the 43, plus a face mask. And that's, I said the dagger was the Battaglia sack, but that completion with the face mask, that's probably the dagger. Now we take over from the 42, 1:52 remaining, just 1 timeout left. And this is where we'll try and get Briggs over 100 yards on the day. He gets 3 that time. Middle Tennessee State burns their final timeout. And I think we just probably need like 10, maybe 10 more yards for Briggs, not even. 2nd and 7 now, 1:44 remaining. No stoppages left for the Blue Raiders. Briggs another gave up the middle. That one for 5 sets him up 3rd and 2. And that will give him 100 yards on the day. Tremendous performance from Theo Briggs. And I don't think he's had a 100-yard performance yet in this series. Currently our all-time leading rusher. And it'll be interesting to see if Dexter Dowling can maybe pull away here in the final few weeks, although it doesn't seem likely. Another give there for Briggs, as he's just sitting on a guy, and finally the play called dead. So one kneel down here is going to do it. And we'll set up here in the victory formation. That brings it down to 40 seconds. So Marquette will advance to 7-2. Our goal on the season was 8 wins. So we're just one away as Walker takes the knee. And that's officially going to do it. Although, of course, we have to hit 0. But a good game here. I was a little worried after the first half. We just were not executing. But a strong second half. And I think we outscored them 14-0 in the second half. So that's going to do it here from the BMO Bradley Center as our Golden Eagles advance to 7-2, and we will get a recruiting update here after this game. Next week we visit UConn, and then we have a road game again against Louisiana Tech, and Walker actually the player of the game, about 241 total yards with a pair of scores. But then we'll have Louisiana Tech, and then senior day will be here in a few weeks against Central Michigan. But that's going to do it here from Milwaukee. A nice 31-17 win, and our defense really paved the way for us in this one, despite some mishaps, some misexecutions. But it wasn't pretty, but a win is a win, and I'll see you back at recruiting headquarters. Now, following that victory against Middle Tennessee State, we will get a recruiting update here. We now are up to 14 signings in this class. Now we see here Craig Watkins and Ted Ross. We're still trying to sign 2 tight ends. We brought one in actually who we'll review shortly. And Watkins and Ross, I kind of reviewed them in past episodes as 2 guys I thought were gimmies. You know, they were very close to committing. I think Watkins at one point was up to like a 94% commit. And then now we're battling here with Michigan and Michigan State as the Wolverines are just gaining on us tremendously each week, plus 755. And it's going to be hard here to fend off the Wolverines. Although I think for Watkins and now Ross, as Iowa State gets a huge bump, plus over 1,000. So we're really losing traction here for Ted Ross and Craig Watkins. We want at least 2 tight ends in the class, so we're going to have to get at least one of these guys somehow. But ideally, we bring in both. Now down here to Chris Carter, we need one more linebacker in this class, and he's actually the best of all of them that we had on our board. We're still leading Oregon by a good bit, although if we go over here, they still have their visit. And we did pull away by 90 more last week. But after the visit with the Ducks in Week 14, I think they should see a big spike. And we'll probably be recruiting for Carter in the offseason. Zachary Wright, we want 1 D end. And he's our top target. We love the size there at 6'4", 250 out of Hillsdale, Michigan. Currently battling with Buffalo. And they did get 70 on us last week. And he is scheduled with Buffalo in Week 14. So they should see a good jump after that. Now we go to our lone corner here, Josh Richards, and we're really just fighting Iowa State for him. I'm not sure if he visited with them. So he actually visits with them still, so they might pull away a little after that. But we did gain 15 points, but like I said, after the visit with Richards, they'll probably pull away. We did commit a safety who we are going to transition to corner more than likely, but Richards, we still need him. Jason Taylor, we love him as a strong safety. Very good physical traits, but an easy recruiting process from him as he'll probably commit by next week. And Martin Diggs, he was a late addition to the board. We missed out on our only quarterback target, so we needed to go and get some in-season recruiting guys, and Martin Diggs had a very low commit percentage, so we were able to add him. And he is out of our specific region that we're targeting, mostly states that border us in our region, but Missouri not too far off, and he did have interest in the beginning of the season. So with his low commit percentage mixed in with our success, mixed in with our need for a quarterback, we kind of were able to add him. And we're now even with UMass, and I think as we go along and start pouring points into him, he'll be someone that we can easily commit. Ryan Hudson is a backup D end plan here, and halfway scouted, as that's what we do. We don't fully scout players now until they're committed. He's a 63, and Zachary Wright here at 66. And I don't know if we should just bypass going after Wright and instead just going for Hudson, because either way, one of these guys aren't going to play much their freshman year. So I don't know if it might be just better to take our foot off the gas here of Wright and just offer Hudson instead, as he's not much of a downgrade and who knows what he'll jump up to after scouting. So we're kind of just pouring points into him as a backup plan for now. We'll see what happens with Wright once he visits with the Bulls. Ernie Benjamin, we do need one more linebacker, so he and Steve Owens down here are kind of just backup plans if we miss out on Chris Carter, who we just reviewed battling there with the Ducks. Lastly, Taylor Jones, we want one more safety in this class, and that's even considering if we get Taylor. So we still want one more safety, and unfortunately we didn't get any good zone cover guys with speed. We really like that at free safety, but Jones will have to do, and we're going to start pouring some points into him. And we still have a big lead there over Ball State and Kent State, a couple MAC schools. So now we'll go down and look at some more commits and uncover their ratings. So Dominic Green, a 6'3", 204 athlete, probably projects as a strong safety. We already see the 79 hit power, good tackle, 77 man. Not really any offensive traits, so he's definitely a defensive guy. And what was his size? 6'3", 206. So I would consider him at linebacker if he was a little heavier. We already have Mark Henry, an athlete who we put at strong safety last year. So I don't know how we're going to divvy up playing time between Green and Henry, but Green definitely projects best at strong safety, and that's more than likely where he's going to end up. So also the 73 strength, 81 jump, good trait. So we'll scout him and see what he goes to. He actually a 2-point swing. He goes from a 66 up to a 68, but that speed at 76 is just killer. 80 speed even for a safety is bad. So I don't know if we put Green at linebacker and make him a small linebacker, but I was really banking on him being a safety. I mean, I like the 77 zone, good catching, so good ball skills back there. Good pursuit at 81. The play rec, not quite where it needs to be. So I don't know with Green, maybe a red shirt. We'll put him at strong safety and then red shirt him. But I was really hoping for more out of him. Although 68 overall, and I think he could be a decent linebacker, but that's not really where we want to put him. Mike Green, you like the size as a left outside linebacker, strong side guy at 6'2", 238. And we kind of jumped on him late, and he was kind of easy to secure in this class. Not the best speed at 74. And really no redeemable traits otherwise. Kind of a low-end prospect, but someone just to add depth for us, and he's most likely a red shirt. And we'll go ahead and uncover the rest of his attributes. So he goes down to a 61, which is what he came in at, so even no movement there. Good tackle, really the only thing that jumps out. And like I said, more than likely a red shirt. That brings us to Jack Mason, 3-star tight end, who we got from Westmont, Illinois. And like I said earlier, we really need to add at least one more tight end. And Jack Mason, he's labeled as a blocking tight end. We see the 69 pass, 71 run block, good trucking at 78. And we really don't have anything for receiving. He's at a +6 right now at 67. So let's see if he can get gem. And he does not, although he does jump up one more. So overall, Jack Mason jumps up from a 61 to a 68. And we'll definitely take that. Decent speed at 78, good strength at 71. Route running goes up to a 70, although the catching, really not much to write home about. Good impact block at 79, so definitely does live up to that blocking tight end label. And if we're not able to get those other two guys, we'll go back up real quick. If we're not able to get Watkins and or Ross, Jack Mason will likely open as our second tight end next year behind Malcolm Graham. So we have 4 more new commits here. Dylan Anderson, we saw last episode will go down. We got Doug Childress, who ended up being a 77 overall JUCO wide receiver. And now we get Dylan Anderson in the same class, 6'4", 220. So 2 guys with good size. And Anderson, I don't think he really projects as the best athlete. 74 agility, not great, but at 6'4", 220, that's kind of what you expect. Decent acceleration, 64 catch in traffic, 59 release, so does not get off the line well. But hopefully after we scout him further, it goes up. So currently a 64 at +2. And he goes up to a 66, which we'll take. Catching up to a 72, spec catch to a 69, and route running 74, not bad. 84 speed, which I will take, honestly, at his size. And after training a couple of years, that'll go up. Acceleration 81, jumping 86. So we get 2 decent possession receivers in this class. Unfortunately, no speed. So Anderson and Childress likely to be 2 outside guys. And we really are going to try and look for a speedy slot deep threat type guy in the next class. But at least Anderson goes up to a 66, and that brings us here to Travis Thomas out of Normal, Illinois. 2-star, 139 ranked tackle on the board. Just a filler. Kind of, we needed 3 offensive linemen, and he was the last guy we brought in. So he's more than likely going to redshirt. I don't even really mind, the 71 run block, 72 impact block for a 2-star. And we'll go ahead and scout him and see what he goes up to. So he actually goes up 3 to a 61. Pass block up to a 69. Strength at a 77. Not bad. Does need to get stronger, but not a bad starting point here from a 61 overall offensive tackle. And now Michael James out of Battle Creek, Michigan, 84 ranked running back, a power back. And we already have Sam Manning, who we reviewed a couple episodes ago, and now we get another back here in Michael James. So we have 4 running backs now for next year's roster. Last year commit Duxty Alexander and Craig Jones. Jones actually redshirted, and we are going to try and get Alexander some touches here down the stretch. For James, his speed really doesn't project well, and the 78 agility you don't like, but good rushing traits, all above 70 for the most part, besides carrying so far. 76 juke, 74 elusive, 74 vision, 72 trucking. So let's uncover him and see what his rating goes to. So he goes up 2 more points to a 66. The break tackle up to a 70. A strong stiff arm, good spin move. Not bad catching traits for a back. The 81 speed, though, not good. Kind of like a Theo Briggs type guy. Although 5'11", 194. Not the heaviest, but you like that. All these guys, for the most part, that we got in this episode have increased in overall. And now that brings us down here to John Daniels out of Oregon, Ohio. A 2-star, the 123rd ranked D tackle. And we already do have a D tackle in this class, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, yeah, Jake Witherspoon. He went up to a 69, and now we get another D tackle here in John Daniels. So far, 71 block shed, 70 power move, so not bad in the block shedding categories, although the tackling, not too great. We'll uncover him, and now he goes down to a 61. So no regression, stays where he came in at. 70 power move, 71 block shed, probably his best traits. Decent strength there at 78, but very bad speed at 55. But what else do you expect at 300 pounds? Jonathan Leak we got last week along with Jake Witherspoon. And then 2 JUCO guys, Doug Childress, Kevin Davis, who we're probably going to put at corner. Sam Manning, another running back we got, along with Rick Kent here, an athlete who will probably go to tackle, offensive tackle that is. And then Richard Walker, a 2-star guard who's at 66 overall. So 14 commits already, and we do have space for a bunch more, and we'll see how it plays out the rest of the way. We never really look at top classes, but we will here. Marquette at 31, here with sandwiched between LSU and South Carolina, 2 SEC squads. So we're certainly in line for our best recruiting class thus far. I think in year 1 we had 101, year 2 it was 76, and now all the way up to 31. Let's see who's leading the way here. USC, 2 5-star commits. And Oklahoma, number 1 right now. 3 5-star, 3 5-star, 5 4-star, and 3 3-stars. Texas A&M right behind them. Now to close this episode, we'll just get a look at our opponent next week, and our turnover differential now down to just +1. So we've really seen, we come back down to earth there in that category. We're going against a very good UConn team who enters at 6-2. Kirk Herbstreit's picking the Huskies in this one, and very good across the board. Points per game, 37. Total offense at 24. Rush and pass there, both at 34th in the nation. So a very good offense, and they defend the run very well as well. They do have a few injuries there, too, at receiver. Looks like their right tackle's out. No injuries for us, but we kind of manufacture our own injuries here in this series. 6-2, they lost to Navy, and they lost to, Washington State? And then now they're entering on a 4-game win streak, and they come off a nice win against Houston. So Connecticut, not a team we can sleep on by any means. Cochran at quarterback, 15 touchdowns to 2 interceptions. DiLorenzo, 12 rushing touchdowns, and some good defensive contributions as well. Now we'll get a quick look at some of their star players. Mac DiLorenzo, 91 overall. Michael Myers, love that name, at 90 overall there at D tackle. Casey Cochran at 88 overall quarterback. Wilbert Lee, 88 overall strong safety. Ashiru, 87 overall outside linebacker, a good tight end. Obi Melifonwu, I'm sure a lot of you remember him. He was a combine star back in the day. Andrew Adams, I believe he would go on to play for the Giants. So a lot of good players here actually on this UConn team, and I'm very surprised at how good they've been throughout this series. I think they've had a winning record. Tim Boyle, I think future Green Bay Packer, New York Jet quarterback. I think they've had a lot of winning seasons thus far. I think they've been to a bowl game in each of the first 2 years, and already they've clinched a bowl eligibility this season. So this is where I'm going to leave you, folks. Thank you so much for watching. I'm glad we got a win. We got a nice recruiting update, and our recruiting class really coming around. Our Marquette Golden Eagles now 7-2, just one win away from our goal entering the year. But as always, everybody, it's been real, and be well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.